So, when we classify someone to a certain diagnosis, it could be a conditioning of behavior for a measured period. And the thing with mental health and diagnoses for mental health is the danger of psychotropic medication in the long run, specifically with the higher sense of dopamine and serotonin levels increasing and causing mood swings, changes in weight, changes in behavior, and how that truly affects the chemistry over time. Being myself quite an experiment with the UC system and these artificial chemicals that were given to me for times in my life where I faced very depressive thoughts. I am here to realize our journey on this temporary existential plane and how knowledge brought to light can influence one's state of being. If someone has experienced life to the extreme where there is birth and death and reincarnation cycles, it can be translated very improperly into different forms of religion because most religions are conformed ways of thinking or adherence to a certain condition that they have been taught. And that starts from birth. However, when we are born of the flesh and have just been released from our mother's womb, most of us are in a state of nakedness. We are of pure form. Some of us come out with tears, some of us come out with bodily fluids. And as we grow older, we're taught to not only fear some of those natural processes of our human body, but we're not taught how to understand them. And I think some of the things that psychiatrists and psychologists argue these days is what's wrong with the person, what pill can they pop so that they are normal. And these days there's so much that is crazy. There's so much hate in the world already. The only way to alleviate those natural human aggressions are to provide more knowledge, provide more hope, provide more light, and be a positive person amidst the storm of negativity. And that's not always the light within inside that shines brighter than anything. Many people in the entire nation and universe do look to that God source.